So therefore the dot product can also be written as A dot B is equal to length of vector A into length of vector B into cosine of angle theta. This is very important formula indeed. Vector OB is equal to vector B. Let A and B are any two given points whose position vectors are vector A and vector B. Find out the magnitude. Length of AB is equal to root of minus 1 square is 1 plus 3 square is 9 plus 5 square is 25. Hello dear students, welcome to this session of mathematics class. I am Mr. Niranjan, Faculty Department of Mathematics, Vidhyaashram PU College, the Temple of Excellence. Now in this session I am going to discuss regarding very important concept in vectors, that is intersection, that is finding the midpoint and also finding the coordinates of intersections, that is internal division as well as the external division, and the scalar product of two vectors, problems based on scalar product as well as the problems based on the vector product. Now let us discuss the first problem as finding the position vector. Find the position vector of the midpoint of the vectors. Now let us discuss regarding the midpoint. So find the position vector of the midpoint of the vectors joining the points 2, 3, 4 and Q 4, 1, minus 2. Now the midpoint of, let us consider the vector A, the position vectors of A and B as vector A and vector B. Now the position vector of OA, vector A is equal to, what is the vector? This is 2i plus 3j plus 4 times k, and the position vector of the point B is vector B is equal to, what is vector B? 4i plus j minus 2 times k. Now what is required to find the position vector of midpoint? The position vector of midpoint of the line, midpoint of P and Q is vector R is equal to vector A plus B divided by 2. Now the position vector of midpoint of P and Q is denoted as vector R and is given by vector R is equal to A plus D by 2, that is A plus B by 2. Position vector of A plus position vector of B divided by 2. Now you might have been studied in your analytical geometry the coordinates of midpoint of a line joining the 2 points x1, y1, x2, y2 is x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. The same concept we are using. The midpoint of A and B is vector A plus B divided by 2. So therefore, vector R is equal to, what is vector A? 2i plus 3 times j cap plus 4k cap plus vector B is 4i cap plus j cap minus 2k cap divided by 2. So that is vector R is equal to 2i plus 4i is 6 times I plus 3j plus j is 4 times j plus 4k minus 2k is plus 2k cap divided by 2. So you can take two common factor in the numerator, 2 out. This is 3i cap plus 2j cap plus 1k cap divided by 2. This 2 gets cancelled. Therefore, position vector of midpoint of P and Q is vector R is equal to 3 times vector I plus 2 times vector J plus k cap. This is the midpoint. That's it. So if you do this much, you will get 2 more. So A plus B by 2. That's it. Now this equation can also be derived from the intersection formulas, that is internal and external divisions. So let us come to this. Now the very important theorem or the property you are going to study in vectors is this very important derivation for 3 marks. So usually you will expect this question for your 2022 examination for 3 marks. What is the problem? Show that the position vector of the point P which divides a line joining the points A and B having the vectors as vector A and vector B as position vector internally in the ratio m is to n internally. Now just find out, show that the position vector of the point P, this is the point P, which divides a line joining the points A and B. This is vector, portion vector of A is vector OA and B is vector OB is vector B, which divides internally in the ratio m is to n is given by vector R is equal to m into vector B plus n into vector A divided by m plus n. Now let us come to the proof. Now let us consider, now let A and B are any two given points. Let A and B be the two given points whose position vectors are vector OA is equal to vector A and vector OB is equal to vector B. Let A and B are any two given points whose position vectors are vector A and vector B. Let P divides AB. This P divides, let P divides AB internally in the ratio m is to n. If P divides AB internally in the ratio m is to n, then the position vector of P is vector OP is equal to vector R. So therefore from figure vector OA is equal to vector A, OB is equal to vector B, OP is equal to vector R, and it divides in the ratio m is to n. So that is, let A and B be the given points whose position vectors are vector OA is equal to vector A and vector OB is equal to vector B. Let P divides AB internally. This P divides AB internally in the ratio m is to n. Then from this figure, from diagram, we can write vector PB divided by AP is equal to n by m. PB divided by AP is equal to n by m. That's it. See here. So PB divided by AP is equal to n by m. From figure, just from figure, we can write PB divided by AP is equal to n by m. That is, PB divided by AP vector is equal to n by m. Vector PB divided by AP is equal to n divided by m vector. So therefore, PB by AP is equal to n by m means cross multiply this vector m into vector PB is equal to n into vector AP. Now this can also be written as m into vector PB can be written as vector OB minus OP vector, second vector minus first vector is equal to n into AP can be written as vector OP minus vector OA. Since we know what is vector R is equal to vector R is OP. What is vector A? Vector A is equal to OA. What is vector B? Vector B is equal to OB. See here, vector OA is vector A, OB is equal to vector B and R is equal to OP. Substitute here. So m into vector OB is equal to vector B minus OP is nothing but vector R is equal to n into OP is vector R minus OA is equal to vector A. Simplify this. That is, if you multiply by m, multiply this by m and this by n, m into vector B minus m into vector R is equal to n into vector R minus n into vector A. Okay. Now just transfer this m into vector B to left hand side, minus n into vector A becomes plus n into vector A is equal to n into vector R. Transfer this, minus becomes plus mr. See here, transfer minus na to left hand side and minus mr to the right hand side. So here this is n into vector B plus n into vector A. As it is, you can take the common factor, vector R out, you will get n plus m. So therefore we can write vector R is equal to m into vector B plus n into vector A divided by m plus n, which is the required answer. So therefore the midpoint of the line joining the point AB, which divides internally in the ratio m is to n, is given by vector R is equal to m into vector B plus n into vector A divided by m plus n. This is the given answer. Very, very important derivation for 3 marks as well as the problems. Either you will get one problem or derivation from this part. Okay. See here, very simple. So let A and B be the position vectors of the point OA and OB. Now the position vector of A is vector OA is equal to A and vector B is OB is equal to B. Let P is any point on the line AB whose position vector is vector OP is equal to R. This P divides AB internally in the ratio m is to n. So therefore from figure we can write vector PB divided by vector AP is equal to n by m. Cross multiply it, n into m into vector PB is equal to n into vector AP. PB can also be written as OB minus OP, second vector minus first vector, and similarly AP can be written as OP minus OA. Since we know the values of OP, OA and OB vectors, substitute here m into vector B minus R is equal to n into vector R minus A. Multiplied m into vector B minus m into vector R is equal to n into vector R minus n into vector A. Transfer these terms. Just transfer minus NA to the left hand side and minus MR to the right hand side. Minus NA becomes plus NA, minus MR becomes plus MR. So, m into vector B plus n into vector A is equal to n into vector R plus m into vector R. This is as it is, m into vector B plus n into vector A is equal to, you can take common factor, R is a common factor, vector R out, n plus m or m plus n. So, therefore, vector R is equal to, bring this to the denominator, m into vector B plus n into vector A divided by m plus n. So, therefore, the position vector of the point which divides the line joining the points A and B in the ratio m is to n internally is given by internal division R is equal to m into B plus n into vector A by m plus n. So, if you want externally, you can write vector R is equal to m into vector B minus n into vector A divided by m minus A for a external division. If it is divides externally is given by vector R is equal to m into vector B minus n into vector A divided by m minus n. This is vector. That's it. Okay. Now let us come to the problem based on this. Now, let us take an example based on the internal and external division. This is an example. Find the position vector of a point R which divides a line joining the points P and Q internally and externally in the ratio 2:1, where A is equal to I cap plus 2j cap minus k cap and B is equal to minus I cap plus j cap plus k cap. Now, what is given? Let us write the solution. This is very important type of problem for 3 marks. Now, what is given? Let us write the ratio first. M is to n is equal to 2:1. Therefore, m is equal to 2, n is equal to 1. And what are the vector? Vector A is equal to I plus 2j minus k cap and vector B is equal to minus I cap plus j cap plus k cap. Now, the internal division. First, let us write down the internal. First, internally, that is vector R is equal to m into vector B plus n into vector A divided by m plus n. So, vector R is equal to, what is m here? M is equal to 2. M is equal to 2 into vector B. What is vector B? Vector B is equal to minus I plus j plus k minus I plus j plus k plus n is 1 into, what is n? 1 into vector A. Vector A is equal to I plus 2j, I plus 2j minus k divided by m plus n. What is m plus n? M is equal to 2, n is equal to 1. So, vector R is equal to multiplied minus 2i plus 2j plus 2k plus 1 into I is I plus 2j minus k divided by 3. So, therefore, vector R is equal to minus 2i minus plus I is minus I, again 2j plus j is plus 4j minus plus 2k minus k is plus k cap divided by 3. This is divided by 3. So, if you want, you can write our vector R is equal to minus 1 over 3i plus 4 by 3j plus 1 by 3k cap. This is the internal division. Okay. So, I will write here, therefore, the internal division vector R is equal to minus 1 by 3 times I plus 4 by 3 times j, then plus 1 by 3 times vector k. This is 1 by 3 times vector k. Now, this is nothing but minus 1 by 3i plus 4 by 3 j plus 1 by 3 times k. So, that is what I have written here. Now, come to the second one, externally. Externally is given by vector R is equal to m into vector b minus n into vector a divided by m minus n. So therefore r is equal to, write down the same value. So this is 2 into minus I plus j plus k minus n is 1 into a, I plus 2j, I plus 2j minus k divided by m minus n, 2 minus 1. So this is equal to minus 2i plus 2j plus 2k. So multiplied minus 1 into I is minus I minus 2j minus into minus plus k divided by 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay, therefore vector r is equal to, simplify, minus 2i minus I is minus 3 times vector I, 2j minus j is 0j, then 2k plus k is 3k, vector 3k divided by 1. So therefore the vector r is equal to minus 3i plus 3k is the external division. That's it. Okay, hope you followed. Now let us come to the next problem. Yes, find the position vector of the point R which divides the line joining the points P and Q internally and externally in the ratio 1:2. Same type problem. Let us take this same type problem. Now what is given? Write down the solution. What is given? The ratio m is to n is equal to 1:2. So therefore m is equal to 1, n is equal to 2. This is m. Now what are the vectors? Vector A is equal to 2i minus j plus 2 times k, and vector b is equal to minus I plus j plus k. Same problem, but the ratio is different. Now internal division. First internally. Internal, first one, let us come to the first one. Internal division is given by internal vector r is equal to m into vector b plus n into vector a divided by m plus n. What is m? m is 1 into vector b minus I plus j minus k plus n. n is 2 into vector a. What is vector a? 2i minus j plus 2k divided by m plus n. What is m plus n? 1 plus 2. So this is r is equal to minus I plus j minus k plus multiply by 2. 2 into 2 is 4i minus 2j plus 4k divided by 3. So I can write this in the next line, or I will write here itself. Therefore vector r is equal to 4i minus I is 3i. Again minus 2j plus j is minus j, and 4k minus k is plus 3k cap divided by 3. This is the internal division. So if you want, you can write divide by 3, 3 by 3 I minus 1 by 3 j plus k, or if you want you can also write like this, or this is equal to I cap minus 1 over 3 times j cap plus k cap. That's it. Now let us come to the external division. Second one is externally. Now the second one is external division. Externally is vector r is equal to m into vector b minus n into vector a divided by m minus n. So m into b 1 into minus I plus j minus k minus n is 2 into 2i minus j plus 2k divided by m minus n. m minus n, that is 1 minus 2, right? 1 minus 2. Okay. So 2i minus 2, yes. Now simplify this, that's it. Minus I plus j minus k multiply by minus 4i minus, if you multiply by minus 2i, minus 2i minus into minus plus 2j minus into plus, it is minus 4 times k divided by 1 minus 2 is minus 1. Simplify. Minus 4i minus I is minus 5i plus 2j plus j is plus 3j minus 4k minus 1k is minus 5k divided by minus 1. So therefore vector r is equal to, divide each and every element by minus 1. So minus into minus plus 5i minus 3j minus into minus plus 5k cap. So this is how you are going to solve the internal and external division, right? Internally and externally is given by m into vector b plus n into vector a divided by m plus n. Externally is given by m into vector b minus n into vector a divided by m minus n. That's it. Okay. This is very important. Either a derivation or a problem you will get definitely for 3 marks. No doubt in it. Okay. Now let us come to the next concept. This type of problems I solved in the previous session itself. Let me solve once again. This is important type problem. Show that the points A, B and C with position vector A is 3i minus 4j minus 4k and B is 2i minus j plus k and C I minus 3j minus 5k respectively form the vertices of a right angle triangle. Just verify Pythagoras theorem for this. That's it. Now let us find out what is given. The position vector of A is, consider this as vector A. Vector A, what is given? Vector A is equal to 3i minus 4j minus 4k. And vector B is nothing but 2i minus j plus k, and vector C is equal to I minus 3j minus 5k. So these are the position vectors. So therefore vector OA, this is vector OB and this is vector OC. Now find out AB. AB is equal to OB minus OA vector. That is, what is OB? 2i minus j plus k minus 3i minus 4j minus 4k multiply by negative sign. This is 2i minus j plus k minus 3i plus 4j plus 4k. So this is 2i minus 3i is minus I, 4j minus j is plus 3j, 4k plus k is plus 5k. Find out the magnitude. Length of AB is equal to root of minus 1 square is 1 plus 3 square is 9 plus 5 square is 25. So therefore AB is equal to root of 35. This is root 35. Okay. Similarly, find out vector BC. BC is equal to OC minus OB vector. What is OC? This is OC. I minus 3j minus 5k cap minus OB. OB is 2i minus j plus k cap. Simplify this. This is I minus 3j minus 5k cap multiply by negative sign. Minus 2i, minus into minus plus, minus into plus, it is minus k cap. Simplify. Minus 2i plus I is minus I. Minus 3j plus j is plus minus 2j. Minus 5k minus k is minus 6k. Now, just find out the magnitude. Magnitude of BC is equal to 1 plus 4 plus 36. This is root of 41. So, therefore, BC is equal to root 41. Now, AB, BC. Now, find out AC. Now, vector AC is equal to OC minus OA vector. What is OC? OC itself. I minus 3j minus 5k minus OA vector. OA is 3i minus 4j minus 4k. 3i minus 4j minus 4 times k. Simplify this. I minus 3j minus 5k minus 3i plus 4j plus 4k. 3i minus I is minus 2i plus 4 minus c is plus j plus 4 minus 3 plus 4 minus 5 is minus k. Now find out the magnitude. Magnitude of AC is equal to 4 plus 1 plus 1. This is root 6. Now just what is required to find to verify these are the vertices of a right angle triangle. Let us consider this as A, B and C. Now what is to verify? If you apply Pythagoras theorem for this, BC square is equal to AB square plus AC square. Now verify this. That's it. Now BC square, magnitude of BC square is equal to vector AB square plus vector AC square. See, what is BC? BC is equal to root of 41. Root of 41 whole square is equal to AB. What is AB? Root 35 whole square plus what is AC? AC is equal to root of 6 whole the square. Square root gets cancelled. 35 plus 6 is 41. 41 is equal to 41. So, therefore, A, B, C are the vertices of a right angle triangle. That's it. So, therefore, the given points form the vertices of a right angle triangle. So, this will form the vertices of a right angle triangle. Okay, very important. Suppose in the examination, if they ask isosceles triangle, just verify the length of two sides. If length of two sides are equal, then it is an isosceles triangle. That's it. Okay. Now, let us come to the next concept. So, the very important concept is the scalar product, or it is also called as the dot product. A dot B, the dot product or scalar product of two vectors. Let us consider two vectors. Vector A is equal to A1i plus A2j plus A3k, and vector B is equal to B1i plus B2j plus B3k. Then the dot product of these two vectors or scalar product of these two vectors, dot product is denoted as A dot B, or this is also called as the scalar product. The dot product of these two vectors is vector A dot B is equal to the coefficients of I, J, K in both the vectors. Coefficient of I is A1, B1, J is A2, B2, K is A3, B3. Just add A1, B1 plus A2, B2 plus A3, B3. So, A dot B is equal to A1, B1 plus A2, B2 plus A3, B3. So, therefore, the dot product can also be written as A dot B is equal to length of vector A into length of vector B into cosine of angle theta. This is very important formula indeed. So, A dot B is equal to length of A into length of B into cos theta. If you want to find cosine of angle between the vectors, so to find angle between the vectors A and B is given by cos theta is equal to vector A dot B divided by length of A into length of B. So, the cosine of angle between the vectors A and B is given by cos theta is equal to vector A dot B divided by length of A into length of B. This is very important formula. Cos theta is equal to A dot B divided by length of A into length of B. Suppose if dot product A dot B is equal to 0, if dot product A dot B is equal to 0, then vector A is perpendicular to vector B. If dot product is equal to 0, then the vector A is perpendicular to vector B. Okay. Now, let us come to a problem. Now, before going to the problem, the very important things which we are going to study in the scalar product, that is dot product, is the projection. The projection of vector A on B is given by vector A dot B divided by length of B. So, the projection of vector A on B is A dot B divided by length of B. Similarly, the projection of B on A is given by A dot B divided by length of A. This is the projection. So, if A and B are any two vectors, if theta is the angle between the vectors, then the projection of A on B, the projection of vector A on B is given by A dot B divided by length of B vector. Similarly, the projection of A vector is given by same A dot B divided by length of A vector. So, this is how we are going to find the projection of vectors. Now, let us take for example, I will take one small example. If vector A is equal to I plus J plus K and vector B is equal to 2I plus J minus K, then the projection of vector A on B is given by is equal to vector A dot B divided by length of B. Now, how to find the dot product of A and B? So, here A dot B is equal to the product, that's all, the coefficient of I is 1 into 2 plus coefficient of J are 1 into 1 and the coefficient of K are 1 into minus 1. Simplify this, 1 2s are 2 plus 1 ones are 1, plus into minus, minus 1 plus 1 gets cancelled, this is equal to 2. So A dot B is equal to 2 divided by length of B. How to find the length of B? So the magnitude of vector B is equal to square root of 2 square is 4 plus 1 square is 1 plus minus 1 square is also 1, that is equal to root 6. So therefore the projection of vector A on B is A dot B by length of B is 2 divided by root 6. That's it. This is how we are going to find the projection as well as the dot product or the scalar product. Okay. Similar problem. Find the angle between the vectors A and B with magnitudes 1 and 2 respectively, and A dot B is equal to 1. This is also a very important type of problem. Now what is given straight away? They have given that magnitude of A, length of A is equal to 1 and length of B is equal to 2, and A dot B dot product is equal to 1. Okay. Now they have given length of A, length of B and A dot B. What is the formula? Cosine of angle between the vectors cos theta is equal to vector A dot B divided by length of A into length of B. Very simple. Straight away substitute the values. Cos theta is equal to A dot B. A dot B is 1 divided by length of A is 1 into length of B is equal to 2. This is 1 by 2. This is equal to 1 by 2. So cos theta is equal to 1 by 2 means this is nothing but cos of 60 degrees. Cos 60, that is nothing but pi by 3. So therefore theta is equal to pi by 3 or 60 degrees. That's it. Because what is cos pi by 3? Is 1 by 2. Sin 60 is root 3 by 2. Cos 60 is 1 by 2. So therefore theta is equal to 60 degrees. That's it. Okay. So this is how we are going to find the angle between the vectors whenever length of A, length of B and A dot B are given. Now let us come to the next problem. Now the next problem is, this is also a very important type of problem for a 2022 examination. What is the problem given? If A is equal to vector A is 5i minus j minus 3k and vector B is equal to I plus 3j minus 5k, show that the vectors A plus B and A minus B are perpendicular. As I told, if two vectors are perpendicular, if and only if their dot product is equal to 0. If A dot B is equal to 0, then the vector A is perpendicular to vector B. Here what is given? First find out A plus B and A minus B. If A plus B dot A minus B is equal to 0, then the vectors are said to be perpendicular to each other. Now let us find out the sum A plus B. Vector A plus B. A plus B. What is A? Vector A is 5i minus j minus 3k plus vector B I plus 3j minus 5k. So this is equal to 5i plus I is 6i. Again plus 3j minus j is plus 2j. Minus 5 minus 3 is minus 8k. This is A plus B. Similarly A minus B. What is A? A is 5i minus j minus 3k multiplied by negative sign. This is minus I minus 3j minus into minus plus 5k. So therefore vector A minus B is equal to 5i minus I is 4i minus j minus 3j is minus 4j plus 5k minus k is plus 2k. This is A plus B and A minus B. Now just here first find out A plus B and A minus B. Then find out A plus B dot A minus B. Now A plus B dot A minus B. Now A plus B dot A minus B is equal to, what is A plus B? A plus B 6i plus 2j. I will write the vector 6i plus 2j minus 8k dot 4i minus 4j, 4i minus 4j plus 2 times k. Now dot product, just coefficients of I, j and k, multiplication. 6 into 4 plus 2 into minus 4 plus minus 8 into 2. 6 4s are 24, 2 4s are 8, 8 2s are 16. This is 24 minus 8 minus 16 is minus 24. 24 minus 24 is 0. If A plus B dot A minus B is equal to 0 means Therefore, vector A plus B is perpendicular to vector A minus B. That's it. So, vector A plus B is perpendicular to vector A minus B because A plus B dot A minus B is equal to 0. That's it. Okay. Very important. Now, let us come to this problem. Again, angle. Let me take one more problem on the angle of intersection between the vectors. Find the angle between the vectors A and B with the magnitudes root 3 and 2 and A dot B is equal to root 6. Same type problems which I did. This is also very important for 2022 examination. So, you will get for 3 marks. Now, what is the angle between the vectors? So, we know the angle between the vectors is given by cos theta is equal to A dot B vector divided by length of A vector into length of B vector under mod. So, cos theta is equal to A dot B straight away given root 6, length of A is given here, length of A is equal to root 3 and length of B is equal to 2. So, this is root 3 into 2. This can be written as root 6 can be written as root 3 into root 2 divided by root 3 into 2 as it is. Root 3 gets cancelled. Root 2 divided by 2. This can also be written as root 2 into root 2. Right. 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2. Root 2 into root 2 is equal to root 4 square root of 4 is 2. 1 root 2 gets cancelled. What is left over is cos theta is equal to 1 by root 2. So, cos theta is equal to 1 by root 2 means the value of cos pi by 4. So, therefore, theta is equal to pi by 4 or 45 degrees. So, because cos 45 is 1 by root 2, the value of theta is equal to pi by 4 or 45 degrees is the angle between the given two vectors. Very important and simple problem, right? Now, as I told the projection, let us consider a problem on projection of vector. Now, let us consider a problem on projection of vector. Find the projection of vector A. So, find the projection of the vector A is equal to 2i plus 3j plus 2k on the vector B. Now, just what is the formula? Projection of vector A on vector B is always equal to, as I told, vector A dot B divided by length of B. That's equal to, I'll write here, A dot B, that is 2 into 1 plus 3 into 2 plus 2 into coefficient of k is 1 divided by length of B. Length of B is magnitude of this. Root of 1 square is 1 plus 2 square is 4 plus 1. So, this is 2 plus 6 plus 2 divided by root 6. So, 6 plus 2 plus 2 is nothing but 10 divided by root 6 is the projection. So, the projection of A on B is 10 by root 6. So, usually you will get this type of questions for either 2 marks or 3 marks. Very important. This is also very important for 2022 examination. Similarly, suppose if they ask the projection of vector B on A. Suppose if they ask projection of B on A is nothing but same A dot B divided by length of A here. That's it. What is A dot B? A dot B is 10 divided by length of A. If you find the length of A is equal to root of 2 square is 4 plus 3 square is 9 plus 2 square is 4. This is, what is this equal to? 4 plus 9 plus 4, that is equal to 17. 4 plus 9, 9 plus 4 is 13, 13 plus 4 is 17. So, this is root 17. That's it. So, see the difference? Projection of A and B is 10 by root 6. Projection of B is 10 by root 7. So, the difference is length of A and length of B. That's it. So, projection of A and B is A dot B by length of B. Projection of B on A is A dot B divided by length of A. Definitely, you will get one question, either projection of A on B or projection of B on A. A dot B by length of B or A dot B divided by length of A. That's it. Okay. Now, let us take one more problem on angle of intersection between the vectors. Find the angle between the vectors. This is also 3-marker question. Vectors A is equal to I minus 2j plus 3k and B is equal to 3i minus 2j plus k. These are all questions from the examination, previous year's examination. So I have selected maximum questions from previous year examination. So therefore, these type of problems are very important indeed. Now, what is given? Just find out the solution. The angle between the vectors is given by angle between the vector A and vector B is cos theta is equal to vector A dot B divided by length of A into length of B. This is under mod. So first find out A dot B. A dot B is equal to A dot B, that is 1 into minus 3 plus minus 2 into coefficient of j is minus 2 plus k coefficient is 3 and 1. So this is equal to minus 3 minus into minus plus 4 plus 3 minus 3 gets cancelled. This is 4. Now find out length of A. Length of A is equal to root of 1 square is 1 plus 2 square is 4 plus 3 square is 9. This is root 14. Similarly, length of vector B is equal to root of 3 square is 9 plus minus 2 square is 4 plus 1 square. This is also root 4. So therefore, cos theta is equal to vector A dot B by length of A into length of B. What is A dot B? A dot B is equal to 4 divided by root 14 into root 14. So this is cos theta is equal to 4 by root 14 into root 14, square root 14 whole square. This square and square root gets cancelled. This is 14. So this can also be written as 2 by 7. So therefore, the angle between the vector is theta is equal to cos inverse of 2 by 7. That's it. So the angle between the vectors is given by theta is equal to cos inverse of 2 by 7. That's it. So these are few problems based on the dot product, scalar product. Definitely you will get this type of questions. Either finding the projection of A on B or B on A, or finding the cosine of angle between the vectors, or finding A dot B, or verifying the perpendicularity. A is perpendicular to B, or A plus B is perpendicular to A minus B. So these are few problems based on those concepts. So that's all for today's session. Let us meet with different concepts in the next class. Thank you very much.